If your microfiber towels are leaving lint behind, or maybe they just don't clean and absorb like they used to, let me show you the best way to wash them and keep them working great. The first step when washing microfiber towels, before really you do any cleaning or washing, is to always sort all of your cleaning towels. The reason this is so important is if your house is like mine, I have a few different towels I use around the house, and sometimes you'll find a cotton towel like this mixed with the microfiber. And essentially what happens is if you wash these together, all of the lint and things from your cotton towels, for whatever reason these are very linty, will get stuck like Velcro or glue to the microfiber. And essentially the next time you go to clean with this towel, like let's say a mirror or even glass, this is gonna be full of lint. All that's gonna transfer to the mirror or glass, and it's just gonna make a bigger mess. And if you ask me, it just defeats the purpose of using microfiber. So by simply sorting your towels and making sure to always wash microfiber alone, you prevent this from happening. Now, another thing I notice sometimes in my dirty towels is you'll just kind of find hair and debris and things stuck to the towel. Again, microfiber likes to grab onto things. So if I have a few that have a lot of hair or just debris in them, I'll just bring them outside, give them a really good shake. That way I remove as much of that as possible before I throw them in the washing machine. Now, I know I always get some comments when talking about microfiber that, Brandon, I don't have enough to do a full load. So definitely stick around. I'm gonna show you how you can wash them by hand if you don't have that many. Or my other suggestion is just invest in a little bit more. That way you have enough towels around the house, and then when you need to, you can do a full load. Now, if you are looking to add some new microfiber towels to your cleaning kit, my favorite high quality green towels are now available in a 10-pack over on letscleanthatUp.com. You can check the link down in the description, or you can even check them out on the YouTube shopping tab. When it comes to choosing the detergent for this job, there's a few things I always like to mention to keep in mind, because if you choose the wrong one, it can really affect how long your towels last and how well they clean. Now, the one I like to suggest is this one here, Tide Free and Gentle. You can also use any other brand that's really like free and clear. The goal is I like to use one that has no fragrances, no additives or dyes. I just find that this cleans my towels really well, but it also doesn't introduce anything that I don't want there. My main goal here is to get them clean, and these work really well. Now, I will say though, like washing anything in your washing machine, don't use too much detergent. Always use enough to get your load clean. That way you don't leave any sticky residue on the towels themselves. Now, there are two things I suggest you should never, ever use when it comes to washing your microfiber towels. The first is fabric softener. Now, this might seem like a good idea. However, if you do use this with microfiber, it creates a waxy layer on the microfiber towels themselves. And this prevents things like absorption. It's just not gonna suck up water like it should. And then the other thing it can really affect is how well the towel cleans. In fact, microfiber uses static electricity to kind of charge up and pull things up off of the surface, which is really cool. That's why I love to clean with it. But when you use fabric softener, that waxy layer is gonna prevent this, and it's just not gonna clean as well. Now, another thing to keep in mind is those fabric beads, like those scent beads that I know a lot of people like to use. This will do that same thing, so stay away from those as well. The second thing I suggest staying away from is washing your towels with bleach. Now, you probably won't notice it the first few times that you wash them with this, but after repeated use, bleach can really start to break down microfiber towels, and they just won't last as long as they should. Now, obviously we want to sanitize our towels just because some of them we use on our toilets, our floors, areas that get really gross and germy. So for this, I suggest using a laundry sanitizer instead. Now, what's nice about these is usually they're bleach free. Definitely find one that is. I prefer the Clorox one. I think it does a really good job, but this is gonna kill all the bacteria and things in the towels, but it's not gonna affect the microfiber, so your towels always last longer. For the wash cycle, it's pretty simple. All you do is just throw all your towels in. Then what I like to do is add my detergent. Now, if you do decide to use a laundry sanitizer, this goes where you would put your fabric softener. Once you got that all set, then I like to use a normal wash cycle and warm water. Now, the reason I suggest warm water instead of hot, I know hot can help sanitize things, but actually microfiber can melt if you use too hot of water, and this will ruin and damage your towels, so warm is always the safest. Now, I will say if your washing machine does have a soak function, This can be a total game changer. I know some new ones don't always have this, and I don't understand why, because this does a great job to just give your detergent time to work and break down all the dirt and grime that's in the towels so they always wash up a little better. Now, while we wait for the washing machine, I'm gonna show you how to wash your towels by hand if you don't have that many, or maybe you just don't even have a washing machine. That's okay, I got you. The first thing you're gonna need is obviously your dirty towels, but also a little plastic bin like this, or just a container that you can wash them in and let them soak here. Now, before I start doing any of the washing though, I like to take the towels themselves and just give them a good rinse in the sink. This gets rid of that first layer of dirt and debris that can just easily wash away. Then what I like to do is fill up the tub here with some warm water and then add my detergent. Now, the amount of detergent you add kind of depends on how big your tub is, how many towels you have to clean and things, but usually about a tablespoon is enough. I will say though, with laundry detergent, less is always more, so you don't need a whole lot because it's very concentrated. Once that's all good to go, throw your towels in and just kind of agitate that a little bit, kind of like a washing machine, just kind of give it a few swirls here. And then we're gonna let this sit for about 20 to 30 minutes. The longer you let the towels soak, the more dirt and grime can loosen up and the better your towels will clean up in the end. Once they're done soaking, just pour out the water and give the towels a really good rinse. The goal here is to leave no detergent in the towels, so rinse them a few times so there's nothing left behind. Now at this point in the clean, if you do want to use a laundry sanitizer, what you're going to want to do is take the towels that you squeezed out really well, throw them back in the bin, fill it up with about a gallon of water and add 4 capfuls of the Clorox laundry sanitizer and let that sit for 15 minutes. Once that's done, again, dump out the water, give them a really good rinse, and then hang your towels and let them dry. So now that the washing machine load has finished, it's time to get those towels nice and dry. Now you can throw them in the dryer, that is okay, but again, remember, microfiber does not like heat. So if you use a high heat dry setting, you're going to melt your towels and ruin them. So I always suggest low to no heat. I know this takes a little bit longer, but it's gonna keep your towels super absorbent and fluffy. Now, if you have the space, you can also just hang dry them. This works really well and it ensures that no damage will happen. Now, sometimes after washing your towels, you might find a few that seem a little dirty and maybe look like this. Now, if your towels are starting to get to this point where they're very dirty and soiled, my personal recommendation is to replace these towels because, well, they've done their duty. They've helped you clean a ton of areas in your home and they start to see better days. Usually I just take these towels, throw them in my garage, and they help me clean up stuff out there. Now, if your towels though have a few spots like this one here that need just a little extra cleaning, what you can do to really rejuvenate your towels is use some white vinegar. Just fill up a tub with about a gallon of water and about 2 cups of the white vinegar and let those towels soak overnight. What this is gonna do is help break down the remaining dirt that's in the towels, but it's also gonna rejuvenate them and kind of bring them back to life as well. It really softens them up, especially if they've gotten a little stiff over time. And then once they're done soaking in the morning, just throw them in your washing machine like normal, run them through that cycle and get them dry, and they should be good to go. And there you have it. Now you know the best way to wash your microfiber towels. Thanks so much for watching as always, and if you're new here, consider subscribing and smash that like button. I also need to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Clean Squad members over on Patreon and here on YouTube. Now, if you want to join us over on Patreon, I have a link down below. You can get access to things like PDF cleaning guides, your name credited down below, and much more, so definitely check it out. And as always, I'll see you on the next clean.